Here we go, everybody. What's up? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I've been doing this with the Chucky movies, the Versus series. Which sequel is better than the other? And I think some people have enjoyed it, so why not, right? Let's go with Child's Play, the original, 1988, versus Child's Play, the remake, 2019. I think I can probably just stop the video here and declare the winner. But for the sake of argument, for the sake of anyone who, man, if there is anyone who loves a certain movie more than the other right here, hey, that's fine. That's your opinion. But let's go through it. Andy Barclay versus Andy from the remake. Andy Barclay, played by Alex Vincent. I like that version of Andy more, and I'm going to pick him as the winner for Better Andy. Because in the original, Andy was 6 years old. And the actor was legit 6 years old. So he was so young. He was so innocent. The beginning of the movie where he's making breakfast for his mom because he's so excited. He's looking at the Good Guy doll commercials because he wants it so bad for his birthday. The heartbreak that he has when his mom says that she can't afford it and how upset he is. And then when she does, she's so desperate to get a Good Guy doll, and she gets it off of the alley and brings it home to him, and he's so excited because of his age. It makes sense that this mom was so desperate and was willing to get this doll the way that she did, and how much Andy loved it. Like, there's so much there. And then so to watch this little kid Andy be coerced, be tricked, be lured by a serial killer who's inside of a doll is much scarier, much more sad, in my opinion, because you don't know what Chucky's going to have this kid do. There's so many points where people actually think that Andy's the one killing these people, and logically it does make a lot of sense, and that maybe he's crazy. The scene where he gets locked up in the hospital and he's crying, and just great emotion from the actor. Look, I'm not saying that Andy from the remake is bad. The actor, he's not. He actually does have some decent moments. He has some amusing moments. He has some relatable moments where I did like him. But his age of being as old as he is, it just, I know that they set up why his mother got the doll for him. And sure, fine, that's there. But still, if you're going to compare it, which I am right now, the original makes so much more sense. And then you even see this young Andy at the end grow some balls and is willing to kill his friend to the end. Great stuff there. Mom versus Mom. Catherine Hicks versus Aubrey Plaza. I'm going to give the win to Catherine Hicks. And look, Aubrey Plaza is a great actress. She is. And I did like seeing her a lot more toned down than the usual stuff of her being the drunk or her being over the top or her being super annoying, which she can be in some of those comedies. But Catherine Hicks was so likable. And you don't get horror movies where the mom is essentially the main character. That's how it was in the original. The mom was the main character. We followed the mom and her heartbreak for trying to get Andy this toy, and then following her when Andy gets locked up and how she's the one that discovers that Chucky is a killer and that he's alive, and she's trying to convince people that her son isn't crazy. This movie, Aubrey Plaza's just sort of there, very much in the background. She's not the main character, and it's very obvious in comparison. So even if you don't agree with the story points that I'm saying, Catherine Hicks gets so much more to do, and is so much more of an interesting mother character. She gets the win. Cops, the two cops, Chris Sarandon versus Brian Tyree Henry. This might be the hardest out of the choices when it comes to who's better versus, because Chris Sarandon, he's the one who deals with Brad Dourif, Charles Lee Ray at the beginning, chasing him down, the big shootout, and then killing Charles Lee Ray right before he puts his soul into this doll, and he's responsible for that. So then his connection to Chucky, his realization, because yeah, sure, he doesn't believe Catherine Hicks. He doesn't believe her at all, which is trying to tell him that the doll is the killer. But then when he does find out the truth, and him being willing to help her, even at the end when he shows up to the house and he's trying to help Andy and the mom, all that's great. But Brian Tyree Henry had a certain warmness to him, had a certain likability to him. Seeing him and his mom have those funny moments, and how bad I felt for him when his mom got killed. I don't know, man. I love Chris Sarandon, and you know what? The second Child's Play movie did not do his character any favor. I know we're only talking about the original here, but they did not do his character uh, justice when they said that he didn't come to the mother's aid and helped get the mom locked up in a mental hospital to put Andy into a foster home. I still haven't forgiven Child's Play 2 for that. So, all right, fine. Brian Tyree Henry, you will get the win. The remake got a point somehow, some way. But here's the big one. Here's what we're all here to debate and talk about the most, right? Brad Dourif versus Mark Hamill. And I'm not talking about the two actors themselves. I'm not talking about which two actors you like the best based on other previous work. I'm talking about as the voice of Chucky. Who do you like more? And yes, it's hard because Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky for so many films, for so many movies. And so it's hard to divorce yourself of just the original. But even just with the original, his voice is iconic. His voice stands out. He has so much personality to how desperate he is in trying to get out of that doll body, trying to do the voodoo, and just him going off and doing his own killing spree on certain people that he hated from his past. And I really like Brad Dourif as his character. I also like the fact that Brad Dourif was able to act in person at the beginning as the serial killer. That's some big pluses there. Mark Hamill is just great in general. He's great as Luke Skywalker. He's great as the voice of the Joker. He's great as the voice of the Hobgoblin from the Spider-Man animated series. He does a lot, so don't get me wrong. He has his moments here. He does. He has some great comedic moments. He has some one-liners, but ultimately, Brad Dourif will get the win. So it's no surprise. It's no shock, believe me, that Child's Play 1988 is the winner, is my favorite. But there's so much going on. There's so much more when you talk about the movies themselves, when you talk about the endings of the two movies, and how the first film has a Chucky doll that just won't stop, that is a straight killer, that is burned in the fireplace and still comes at Andy. In that hallway scene of the charred up Chucky doll, I'm not even talking about the special effects, the practical effects, how real and how great it still holds up in looks. Not even that. Just the sheer creep factor of this charred up doll doing whatever it can, not stopping at all to come after Andy. When it fails to put its soul into him, he doesn't care anymore. He's willing to kill whoever he has to, whoever he can before it's all said and done. The remake, the whole deal in the store, and every toy killing a bunch of people. I know it's chaos, and I know it's something that some people might enjoy, but I thought it was too goofy, too dumb, too over the top, too big for this movie's own good, and it never quite lived up or could live up to something like that. And it was way too easy for them to kill Chucky in the remake as well. So guys, let me know in the comments below. Do you agree that Child's Play, the original, 1988, do you agree that that's the better film, that deserves to win this? Or if you are somebody who loves this remake, and that's fine, I won't attack you. I hope nobody else in the comments attacks you either. I genuinely want to know why. Tell me why. Give me one good reason, one good scene, one good moment. If it is Mark Hamill and Mark Hamill alone, fine, okay, sure. But why would you love this remake more than the original? I'm very curious. I have to know. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.
Hustle legit, proper big bit, separate it, shot it for profit. Hustle legit, proper big bit, separate it, shot it for profit. Hustle legit, hustle legit, hustle legit, hustle legit, hustle legit, hustle legit, hustle legit.